going back to Assassin's Creed real quick.
Okay.
We were talking about the movie.
Yeah.
Let's dive into that next game, because that's something that you and I have discussed, that we love Assassin's Creed, but we're not quite that excited for it.
Yeah, and we've talked about it a lot as to why we're not. I feel like they never quite hit the level that they should hit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the couple of games coming out this year that I'm not thrilled about.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other games besides Assassin's Creed, or let's just talk about Assassin's Creed then really quick? I'm not particularly thrilled about it. Are you?
I wouldn't say thrilled. I'm interested at most.
At most.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, I can kind of say
and
that.
that's not,
I'm gonna buy it, but
yeah, definitely buy it. I think the setting's cool. I think the game looks fun. It doesn't look insanely different from Unity, but it looks slightly different enough to hold my attention and to keep me interested. The fact that there's two main characters that have similar but different play styles, different weapons, different moves, different personalities, that's interesting to me.
Yeah.
I've always loved Victorian London. That's a cool time era.
It is.
I think it's going to be really cool for Assassin's Creed.
That's why the Order 1886 is my game of the year.
Yeah.
Is that a joke?
Yeah, probably. Great game, though. I love that game.
Yeah, it's a good game.
But yeah, Assassin's Creed, there's always something lacking, I know, for both of us. Not everyone, but I feel like the vast majority, there's always something missing for most people.
It's just not, sometimes it's just not, like, satisfying, like, in terms of stealth.
Right.
And just, there's always just a clunky nature to it that they haven't, in all these games, they just haven't nailed it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I still, like them, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just, like we've said for like the trillionth time on this podcast, they're just lacking something. Any other games you're just not really pumped about?
See, that's why that's the only one I could think of off the top of my head. I'm very excited for Halo. I'm thinking after Metal Gear comes out. Excited for Halo. Losing my mind for Fallout.
Yeah. I'm
excited enough for Black Ops 3.
Same. I'm actually more so excited for that than I was for Advanced Warfare.
Me too.
And I don't get like pumped for Call of Duties anymore. Like the last time I was like pooping my pants over Call of Duty was back in high school for Modern Warfare 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just because Call of Duty 4 like changed my life basically.
Yeah.
Like every other, dude in my grade basically. But yeah, ever since then, I've kind of just been like, about Call of Duty. But Black Ops, I really enjoyed the Black Ops series. So Treyarch's doing good things with Call of Duty, so I'm looking forward to playing that. Probably Tomb Raider.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, I loved the Tomb Raider reboot.
Uh-huh.
I played it, once on 360. I beat it again on PS4, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to the next one, but everything they've shown hasn't really looked like I've wanted it to look. It looks pretty. It just looks like the same, like a lot like the same. And it doesn't help that it's coming out on the exact same day as Fallout 4. So it's just going to get destroyed.
Yeah, it's going to get massacred.
Yeah.
Not only by Xbox One owners, but PS4 owners as well. It's going to get massacred.
Yeah.
Is Tomb Raider coming to PC?
It is.
Okay.
Early next year.
Fallout's also coming to PC at launch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Fallout's that's probably its predominant platform is PC.
Yeah, Tomb Raider's going to get massacred. And I hate to say that because I have high hopes for that sequel.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's probably going to be awesome.
Primarily due to it. I know I was like, oh, it looks the same, which I like. I'm not the person that's just like, oh, it looks the same, so it sucks. Like, change things. It looks like the same as a very good game that it was.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully they didn't blow their load and show everything, which is what I'm hoping for. But from what I've seen, it looks like a good solid game, and I look forward to playing it. But like I said, coming out on the same day as Fallout 4 automatically makes me less interested in it because I know I'm just going to be playing that for like the rest of my life, basically.
Yeah, so, you and me both.
And then seeing the new Uncharted 4 gameplay made it look even more lackluster.
Right.
Because, that looks really good.
Yeah, it looks phenomenal. Phenomenal to say the very least.
Yeah.
This is the opposite of what we're talking about, but I forgot Battlefront's coming out, and I'm excited to play that.
Is that bad that I forgot that was coming out?
I forgot too.
Yeah. But I'm kind of not that excited for it.
I know what you mean.
I know I'm really not. I'm not like a huge Star Wars fan either.
Yeah.
I appreciate Star Wars. I like Star Wars. I've seen all them. I've seen the prequel movies.
You haven't seen all the originals?
No.
Are you serious?
I've never seen one all the way through.
Holy crap. I didn't even know that. And I've known you since second grade.
I know. I remember you like getting them and like watching them, and I just wasn't interested.
That's insane. I had no idea.
And I know I like them. For some reason, I just haven't watched them.
Right.
I don't know why.
Well, that makes sense then if you're not quite as excited as myself and Zach.
Don't
get
me wrong. It looks cool. I'm excited for The Force Awakens. Like even having not watched the original trilogy, that trailer still gave me goosebumps and made me be like, oh, dang, this is so awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to Battlefront in a way, but like I said, it's coming after Fallout 4.
Yeah.
So
that's the same mindset I have, though. It's like I love Star Wars to death, and I will play the crap out of Battlefront. But Fallout 4 is just, I can't describe it. I'm so excited.
Basically, my answer to, this topic is essentially like I'm looking forward to Metal Gear Solid a lot.
Yes.
Like I really want to play that game.
So
basically, up until September 1st, I'm playing games to last me.
Yes.
I want to make Metal Gear last to Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Any other games that come out in between that time, for instance, Halo, which I'm looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, does that come out? That comes out before it, doesn't it?
Basically all those Assassin's Creed, all those games are kind of like little snacks for me.
Yeah.
Like I'll get them, I'll play them. Maybe depending on if I've like platinumed Phantom Pain before those come out, I'll move on to that. But basically everything is just, an appetizer for the main course, which is of course Fallout 4, which people are excited for appetizers. Like when you sit down to eat, you're like, oh, I kind of want that appetizer to get here, but everybody wants it to hold them over towards the main course.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of how I view, these upcoming months.
That's a good way to put it.
Industry. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We've pretty much covered everything coming out this year, haven't we?
Basically.
I feel bad if there's something huge that one of our viewers is passionate about that we've just totally forgotten about.
I guess you just like lame games then.
Or maybe they're just too cool for us and we don't realize it.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully, Persona 5, we hear about that this year.
I would love to hear about that.
Man, that would mess my head up, man. If that and Fallout 4 came out together, of course, I'd play Fallout 4, but to know that I was getting so behind on a game that's going to take up to 100 hours to beat, and then Uncharted 4 is coming out and stuff, that just stresses me out. And knowing that I'm going to have a huge backlog from all these games coming out in October and November.
Yeah.
Man. And
it's
this
gonna be
job,
wild.
not being able to just, take work off if I want to play a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be way more difficult now.
You think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's going to not suck, but it's big boy time now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we have to grow up.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a lot of good stuff coming out.
Absolutely. A lot of good stuff that I'm not as excited for as opposed to Fallout 4.
I think I would also be more excited for some of the games we're not as thrilled for if Fallout 4 was not coming out this year.
Oh yeah, Fallout 4 wasn't coming out. Phantom Pain would be my game of the year.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Depending on, I really like The Witcher.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing I'm looking forward to now. So once the Phantom Pain gets here, I'd be like, oh, super awesome. And when I beat that, I'd be like, oh, I have Assassin's Creed to look forward to. Then the next week or 2 weeks, I have that to look forward to. And then, the cherry on top would probably be Battlefront. That'd probably be it. And then I'd, have to look forward to Uncharted 4.
Yes.
But Fallout 4 came in when they announced it, in June and pretty much destroyed everything I was looking forward to and made it very, small.
Yeah. And we made that in the best way possible too. Like we don't crap on any games. Like we said, the games we've discussed certainly hold our interest. We're definitely playing them. But
in terms of crapping on a game, it's very rare I play a game that I'm just like, dang.
I don't think I've ever played a game in my life. Well, maybe once. I've played a game probably so bad before that I forgot about it, but I've never actually played a game and be like, man, that sucks, but once or twice.
I remember, I see videos now of retro game reviewers and stuff, and they'll review a game that I remember renting from the old video store and stuff, and me kind of thinking oh, this is kind of hard for a really bad reason because it, I knew it sucked, but I rented it and I had to play it. So, and that's kind of how I've always viewed games. If I get a game, I try and, enjoy it. I try and make the best of it.
Right.
So it's very rare that I, get a game like that. Probably the worst game I've ever played is Darkest of Days. I legitimately rented that game having high hopes because going off on a little side note here. The first game I ever rented that I literally had no idea what it was about was Beyond Good and Evil. I walked into a Hollywood video and saw that for GameCube, and I'd never heard of it, never knew. I didn't know if it was good or not, and it blew my mind. That game is so good, and I pray that Ubisoft makes a second one.
I could have sworn they announced a second one.
They've announced it years and years ago,
Okay.
and they've shown trailers and stuff, but it just won't come out.
Interesting.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't come out, but it's a freaking awesome game. If it ever gets remastered or something, you have to play it. It is
absolutely.
So good.
You've told me that for years.
Yeah, I've been I've been harping on that game since I was a kid, and I knew how good it was. Syndicate was a 360 PS3 game.
Yeah, I remember that.
I believe published by either Activision or Ubisoft. I can't remember, but that game was so good. It was so surprising. You manipulate time and stuff with this gauntlet. It was so freaking good. I played it 2 times and loved every second of it. Then I saw Darkest of Days. I was like, oh my gosh. I love when I see a game, I don't know what it is, and it ends up being awesome. That was not the case at all. I knew the second that game loaded up, I was like, what have I done?
Yeah.
Horrible graphics, horrible production, horrible controls, just bad. It was bad.
Wasn't
really
that the
bad.
game where you go back to the Civil War with futuristic weapons or something?
A game, I've always had an idea in my head. I was like, I want to go back in time with future weapons and kill everything.
Yeah.
So when I heard that existed or read on the back of the box that existed, I got super pumped and was disappointed immensely.
Right.
So
not ironically, it's not the word to use in this case, but I've been using that a lot this podcast. Sometimes I get hooked on words and I can't stop saying it. But it's funny how times change to the point where it's kind of hard to play a really bad game these days because you hear so many reviews so quickly. Yeah. It's kind of hard to play a bad game because you always know if a game's good or bad usually right when it comes out or before it comes out. Yeah. But the only one I can think of off the top of my head that I played and instantly knew it sucked was Two Worlds, the RPG. I've talked about this 100 times, but this was right after I played Oblivion. I was like, man, this was an amazing experience. That was one of the first Bethesda games I ever played.
So just a quick side note, on the back of the box, I believe it's a quote by I don't think it's IGN.
You're talking about Two Worlds?
Yes.
Okay.
On the back of that box, it said it's like Oblivion on steroids. That's on the back of the box.
I didn't even know that.
Yes.
That might have been why I rented it.
Yeah. It was. I think the story was written by some Oblivion guys, but I remember hearing that there was I wasn't that into gaming at that point, but there was a lot of excitement for that game.
Yeah.
A ton. I think IGN did a weekly update on that game.
Uh-huh.
That's how much people were pumped for that game.
Wow.
So,
man,
sucks.
Yeah, I knew it was bad when it loads up and you're outside of this cave in this forest or something, and I ran forward and the running animation was awful and it looked like Paper Mario to me for some reason. And I just remember thinking it was so stupid in the first 10 seconds. I was like, well, this blows.
I heard the second one was actually not that bad.
I heard they improved the second one.
Yeah.
That's
Still
all I heard,
wasn't
though.
the best thing ever, but I heard the magic system is really awesome. You make your own spells.
Interesting.
You can mess with the physics and everything. So
that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah, I wish I could think of some more really bad games I played just randomly, but I'm having a hard time thinking of them right now.
Man, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Talking about what you said, how it's hard to play bad games. Probably the worst rated game in my collection, which shows how I don't like to keep bad games, is The Order.
Yeah.
And that was 6 and 7s.
Uh-huh.
Which I played that game before I even read a review.
Uh-huh.
And playing the game, I was like, this is good. I like this game. I like games like that. I like games that aren't... I know it's not... I get really confused when I try to explain this, but a lot of people complain that it's too short for your money. But I actually appreciated the shortness of it.
Me too.
It wasn't 2 hours long. It took me 7-8 hours, and to get the platinum, it took me over 10 hours. So that was fine. Me spending my money on that, I completely enjoyed it. I knew that it was done, and I could move on to something else.
It was a perfect weekend game.
Exactly. So I had the collector's edition for that thing just because the statue looked freaking awesome. So upon reading the reviews, I was the scores were justified. The reasons, they made sense and stuff. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I tend to, maybe me not being a critic, I don't, analyze games too much. But
Right.
going into that game, I enjoyed that game. I liked the story. I thought the graphics were phenomenal. Like, best console graphics I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
Easy. Gameplay was fun. It was smooth. The game didn't stutter. Nothing. Like, I figured going into a game of, with graphics, of that caliber, I'd be having some technical issues.
Yeah.
Didn't
Silky
have any
smooth.
at all. Silky smooth, 30 frames, cinematic per second.
Yeah. And which
But,
is funny because it was actually justified in that game that it actually was cinematic that way.
It was cinematic, but in
Normally
terms of
that's an
3060,
excuse,
if
but,
something is locked, you can't tell.
No.
It really can. I mean, I know people are like, once you go 60, you never go back. And that's fine. I've played games at 60 frames per second on PCs and stuff, and it's fun. But like for instance, The Last of Us was locked at 30 on PS3. Could never tell.
Yeah.
On PS4, it's locked at 60. I couldn't tell a difference until I went between them. And I was like, oh, okay, there's a big difference here.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're just given a game that's locked at 30, you'll never tell a difference. A good example is Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe that game runs at 30.
Yeah.
Like, that game feels like 60. I swear it does.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Completely unrelated topic.
Yeah.
But
I mean, this whole podcast has been a little random.
I know we're tired. I'm sorry if I haven't been I know I'm typically like the host, but Garrett kind of took the reins here.
I didn't even realize.
No, it's fine. I'm super freaking hungry. I'm tired.
Yeah, it's been a long day. It's been a long week and almost a week and a half. So.
Yeah, exactly. So, but this we'll get on schedule. This next coming podcast will be with Jacob and our,
and
our
we will
home
have let's
environments
plays
and stuff. Let's plays and stuff. Until Dawn is coming out this month.
I forgot about that.
I know we'll totally be doing a let's play of that. I'm looking forward to that. That's
Absolutely.
a game that I am excited about. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that too.
Yeah. You think that'll do it?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right. Well, that was episode 22 of the It's Obvious Gaming Podcast, the show where my best friend and I get together every single week to discuss video games, obviously, of course. If you liked this, please subscribe to the channel, leave us a comment, like the video. Please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, like our Facebook page, all of the above. I know somebody asked if we were on iTunes or SoundCloud, something like that. We're currently looking into, getting into things like that. I know SoundCloud was kind of a but we haven't really looked into getting anything on iTunes and stuff. We're definitely, we want to do things like that to make it, more available for people that want to listen to us on the go and stuff like that. But as of now, YouTube's just kind of the only thing that we can do right now.
Yeah.
I don't think we're really justified to, really try and get on iTunes right now.
Because we're kind of small.
Oh, we're extremely small. We'd have maybe 2 downloads.
Yeah.
So kind of YouTube is, right now. And I use YouTube a lot when I'm driving. I just plug in my car, through an aux cable or through Bluetooth and just pull up a YouTube video and watch it. So
yeah.
I recommend
watch it
doing
while
that.
you're driving.
Yeah, watch it while I'm driving. Or listen. That'd probably be safer. Don't watch us while you're driving. Please. But yeah, anything to end with?
I mean, just the usual. Special thanks to everyone that watches our videos any and every week, even if you're brand new to this channel. Yes. Obviously, we're relatively small, but we're looking forward to growing with our viewers, and we hope you guys are along for the ride with us. And
absolutely.
As always, thank you for joining us. It's an honor, a pleasure to have you guys watch our videos. We have a blast making them, so thank you to all of you for that.
Thank you so much, and we will see you guys next week.
Absolutely. Have a good one.